Hi, it's Sunny Chapman, owner of the Salty Olive and creator of the Feast or Famine No More course. It is episode 2 of my IGTV experiment. And yeah, I'm just going to show up to these things informally and have a chat every Thursday. And my goal with it is to help you make powerful connections in your heart and mind that will help you make powerful changes in your business and life, and to be able to get all the things that you want in your life. Because my superpower is helping people make those connections and see what might be holding them back from having all the things that they want. So, and my favorite way to do that, to be honest, is to tell personal stories, to tell a story, because I learn best from stories. When people share their stories, that's when I have the most connections and the most ahas. And so I tend to try to share personal stories when I can, so that you can hopefully hear those stories and make connections in your own experience and see how those things are affecting your own experience, your own business, and your own dreams, or whatever it is you're trying to create in your life, if it's not business. So I'm going to do that today. I'm going to share a story that I recently had a further bit of clarity about, and my hope is, and then at the end of that story, my hope is that I'll be able to show you the connections between that story and having more money and success in your business, and being able to achieve the things that you want to achieve in life, whatever those things are. So it's all connecting. It's all going towards a gift that I'm going to be hopefully trying to give you through that. So here it goes. So those of you who know me or have done my course or have been around for a little while have probably heard me tell the story of a powerful connection I made when I was 5 years old in kindergarten. I had the experience of, I had the stomach flu. I had been out of school with the stomach flu, like a really bad one. And I came back to school, and, I'm in kindergarten, I'm 5 years old. And I remember vividly the teacher, who was one of my favorite teachers, remarking to my mom how thin I looked. And I don't think she said it, but I got the distinct impression that that was a good thing. I was just a normal-sized child, but I got the distinct impression that being smaller was a good thing. And that was a misinterpretation on my little 5-year-old brain's part. She was a very kind, wonderful teacher, but what happened was, so I've told this story, and I've connected it with my eating disorders, and if you've been around my space for long, you also know that I had a decade-plus long struggle with eating disorders that's now completely resolved, but I've made that connection with that before. However, I had a new level of clarity about this just yesterday, and that is that so I came back to school, and I was given positive attention for being sick and smaller and weak. To the point where even she had the class write me get well letters, and I got all this positive attention for being sick and small and weak and powerless and in difficulty or pain. So right then and there, that little 5-year-old girl's brain said, oh, I see. So in order to get what I need, which is we all need positive attention and love and approval, and we all crave love and approval, and we want to be seen and acknowledged and heard. So in her brain, she said, oh, pain, smallness, weakness, suffering, difficulty equals love. equals abundance, equals good things, equals approval. And so for the rest of my life, and I had to do a lot of forgiveness work for myself for picking that up and for believing that. But for the rest of my life then, I would repeat patterns of being in pain and being in difficulty to receive what I needed, rather than asking for what I needed, and rather than believing that positive things like asking for what you need, or asserting yourself, or being an extrovert, or being up, being happy, being well, being strong, being any of those things could also get me what I need. In my subconscious mind, I believed that pain and suffering gets me what I need, but I had no idea, but I would not be validated for being up. I might even be shamed for being up. And that comes into play in different ways. But that was like a big aha, because for the rest of my life, I would center a huge part of my identity around difficulty. I was a very sensitive soul, so it's par for the course. But, so I wrote poetry in high school. I wrote dark poetry, and I sang dark songs, and a long list of things. I also had this very cheerful, sunny side as well, so it wasn't all that. But I realized that a core part of my identity and how I believe that I get what I need in life, including abundance, is through being down. That's when it's okay for me to receive positive things. That's when it's okay. That's how that little girl understood it, and that's how I still understood it in that part of my brain. And so you can mine your story and your life experience for ways you might have picked up that message, for ways you might have been given positive attention for your pain and for your sadness, or for your weakness, or for your smallness, or for your quietness, or for your unassertiveness, or whatever it might be, and ways you might have been invalidated for the opposite, for being joyful and being up and feeling in a win, or anything like that, for ways you couldn't get what you needed. And how that connects to you being able to receive more money in your business, receive more money in your life, receive more success in your business, reach dreams or specific goals you have in your business, reach life goals that you have for yourself, reach relationship goals you have for yourself. The ways that it connects to that is that you won't allow yourself to be up for long. You say you want the win, you say you want those things, but your subconscious mind believes that you can't really be valued for that. So you will have to, and that your identity is all wrapped up in that. Your identity is wrapped up in difficulty and struggle. And so you will have to return yourself to that. No matter what you receive, you will have to somehow sabotage it in some way. Subconsciously, you won't mean to. You will have to sabotage it in some way to bring yourself back to what you believe is you, to what you believe is truly you, and what's truly valuable, and what you're allowed to be valued for. And so we block out things that we want subconsciously. And it's not because the subconscious is trying to hurt you. It's your friend. And this is another important distinction that I've recently made. Your subconscious is your friend. It wants to help you. It's just showing you where there's incongruence between what you're wanting and what you're allowed to have, what you believe you're allowed to have. So I just wanted to share that in the hopes that, so for me, I realized that, so this is a huge underlying cause of my feast or famine pattern that I've had all my life. It's a huge underlying cause because I have to go back to the pain and the struggle because it's a core fundamental part of who I am, and I don't believe I'm allowed to have good things unless I'm in that pain and struggle. That's when I'm worthy of it. That's when I'm deserving of it. That's when I received it. That's when I allowed myself to receive it, is the important distinction here. Because I could have received it for any and all of my human feels. Any and all. This is not about like you see this and then you're like, oh, I'm just going to be up all the time. No. You accept and embrace all of your humanity, but you just stop valuing certain parts of your experience as fundamentally who you are, and you accept all of the parts of your human experience as fundamentally who you are, and you allow yourself to receive abundance in exchange for those things, whatever they might be in your life, whatever it might be that you're wanting, without having to be one or the other. It's an integration thing. It's an all of you thing, gets to receive. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that fosters some little ahas or some connections in you today. And I'd love to hear if it did. So leave me comments. I love to hear comments from people, and I will try to reply to them as soon as I can. And please ask questions too, if you'd like. I'd love to help. And let's see. That's it for today. I have a little something coming up, maybe about dream work and the subconscious, for those of you who are interested in that. So stay tuned for that. All right. Bye.